Hello and welcome to the final episode of Studio 415.
On today's show, you'll hear about Carroll's absence policy and student reactions to it.
You'll hear how the Carroll show choirs said farewell to their senior members.
And you'll see the Final Charger spotlight.
All of that and more coming up next.
Why do Studio 415 students make so many memes about you?
What's the best school lunch?
Best school lunch, probably the pizza crunchers.
Yeah, I don't really want to put a kid out of school for missing school.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Stella Brewer-Vartanian.
And I'm Ryan Pashy. As spring arrives and allergies worsen, more and more students are missing school. However, without a school note, students are counted as undocumented, and depending on how many undocumented absences they have, are subject to various punishments.
In my story, I examine the school's absence policy for students and explore opinions about whether these policies are fair. At Carroll High School, absences are filed into two categories, documented and undocumented. The following types of absences are considered documented: medical and dental appointments, legal obligations, religious holidays, and funerals. Juniors and seniors are allowed to use 3 days to visit colleges. The days will be marked as documented given that there is documentation of the visit. Students who work as a page in the state legislature or as an official at the election polls, who are subpoenaed to appear in court, are called to active duty by the National Guard or the Civil Air Patrol, or who participate in the Indiana State Fair or have a sibling participating in the State Fair, are marked as exempt, which means that they will be marked as present for the day or days that they are gone. All other types of absences, including illnesses, vacations, car troubles, non-verified appointments, family days, or any other absence not listed under the documented or exempt category, are counted as undocumented. If a parent does not contact the school by 10 a.m., the student will be marked as unverified. Furthermore, a parent must specify that a student is absent, whether documented or not, within 24 hours of a student's return to school. Otherwise, the student will be marked as truant. What counts as an exemption from school is mandated by the state of Indiana, but Carroll has some flexibility when it comes to deciding what constitutes a documented or undocumented absence. Carroll High School is also mandated by the state to track absences due to the federal Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015, a law which replaced the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. Both of these national laws require states to measure student performance, but also allows every state to choose their own way of tracking it. In Indiana, student performance is measured by attendance. Additionally, funding is based on enrollment for Indiana schools, so the more absences that a school has overall, the less funding the school will get at the end of the year. Carroll's attendance rate is 78.1%, which is 18 points higher than the average attendance for the state overall. The state has control over repercussions and punishments for students that accumulate too many undocumented absences. The punishments are as follows. Students who have 11 to 12 undocumented absences will be given a detention. Receiving 13 to 14 absences will result in the offending student being given a Monday school. If a student gets 15 undocumented absences, they will receive a one-day in-school suspension. Additionally, a meeting with the student's parents will be scheduled, and other school absences, such as field trips, extracurriculars, and athletics, will be restricted. Students who gain 16 to 19 undocumented absences will receive a one-day in-school suspension. Minors that have more than 15 undocumented absences may also be referred to the juvenile court or the BMV, who has the power to suspend a student's learner's permit or a driver's license. Students who receive 20 or more absences will receive an out-of-school suspension, with the possibility of expulsion. According to a Studio 415 survey answered by 585 students, around 17% of students have more than 10 undocumented absences. 72% of Carroll students feel that the attendance policy is unfair overall. One of those students, Isabella Dean, believes that if students are able to maintain their grades while absent, then the amount of undocumented days they have should be more lenient than others.
I think if they're keeping up with their grades, they should definitely be able to miss more days because it's like an e-learning day for them, basically. They're just staying home and doing their work at home.
However, Olivia Pyatt, who thinks that the absence policy is mostly fair, believes that a student's academic performance shouldn't factor into how many days of school they're allowed to miss.
There's a wide range of what's a good student, what's a bad student, because there's plenty of parents out there who like don't want B's on their kid's report card when like my parents would say a B is reasonable. And so I don't think different punishment should be given to different students just based off of their academic performance, because it just doesn't seem fair.
Assistant Principal Dan Listinsky shares that Carroll values attendance not just due to the state mandate, but also as a means to support a student's education.
You know, there's been a lot of studies that show that attendance is directly correlated to academic performance, to success in life, you know, whether that be in work or careers. It does matter.
Listinsky also shares that the administration is always open to discussing undocumented absences with students, especially in regards to mental health days.
And we don't find out till the consequences get severe, till it's suspension or out-of-school suspension. Now we're just learning what's going on. And if there is something going on, just be upfront and communicate.
Whether you agree or disagree with the attendance policy, it's not going away. And while changes may come in the future, for now, students only get 10 undocumented absences. For the last time, with Studio 415, I'm Stella Brewer-Vartanian.
With 20 episodes over the course of 2 school years, William Jameson has tried to show the fun and goofy side of teachers at Carroll. Although Will couldn't interview every teacher, he tried to shine the spotlight on as many staff members as he could.
With this final spotlight, Will is showing a different side to TV and video teacher Bob Johnston. With special guest host Dan West, here's William Jameson and the Final Charger Spotlight.
Since the first Charger Spotlight, one man has stood there to settle the score, Bob Johnston. The Studio 415 mastermind has stood at the finale of this incredible show run from the very beginning. He's a beast of power and strength. One would need incredible guts to take on such a man. For the past year, I've been fighting, I've been training, and contemplating on how to go up against such a formidable foe.
With the help of my trainer, Dan West, I don't know where I found him, but in general, he's a great man, and he's shaping me to become who I need to be.
Yeah, I've been a personal trainer for about 5 days now, self-proclaimed, of course. I think I'm pretty good, though. Yeah, I think that fella's got a chance.
At the time of this trailer, 18 Carroll employees have been interviewed by myself. I must be ready. I must brace myself for the final spotlight.
Welcome to the Final Spotlight. Welcome to the Charger Spotlight, and on today's final episode, we're interviewing your TV teacher, Bob Johnston, to ask him some questions about his personal life. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Johnston, for joining the Charger Spotlight.
Hey, thank you. Nice to be in here, finally.
Yeah, I know, right? What's that supposed to mean?
Finally. It's a pun, final.
Yeah.
Come on, I want one. Come on, give it to me.
There we go. Okay. So what makes Studio 415 special?
Well, the easy answer is the students. Hands down, the students make it special.
Why can't we eat shirtless in restaurants?
I think it's because there's a higher chance of like chest hair falling into the food, and that's just gross.
But how free are we if we can't eat shirtless in restaurants?
And when you say we, are you talking like men and women?
Society.
Are you suggesting that women should eat topless in restaurants?
Could I be the next David Letterman?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Could I be the next David Letterman?
Sure.
Sure, that's a lot less certain than yes.
That's a good one. So do you think you could beat me in a tennis match?
You know, you asked Kyle Stoffel this question, and he said maybe, and I'm sure he's better than me.
Okay.
So I'm going to say absolutely I can beat you.
Absolutely?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's watch the tennis match between Bobby J and William Jameson. All right, so now we're here to prove who actually is the better tennis player between Bobby J and Will Jameson. You all can cast your votes, but I think just staying here right now, I think I got a good chance.
Yeah, you have a good chance if the game is about being short.
Round 1, fight!
You know, we're halfway through the set. Will's up 3-0. Will's playing fantastic.
right, so that was a great match, Mr. Johnston.
First off, it was not fair. So I feel like I was set up to fail to begin with.
Okay. You still accepted the challenge.
I did, absolutely, because I don't back down from challenges or dares. 4.
I taught you better, boy.
You're not on the set yet. Why do Studio 415 students make so many memes about you?
Okay, first off, I am not the most memed person. You know who it is. It's Alex Galindez Quinones.
Do you model?
Yes.
Can you show us your modeling face?
Sin City was a maybe.
What you didn't know is I'm actually a hand and foot model, so you wouldn't see my face. Are you third time?
Should we introduce our special guest today?
Oh, do we have one?
Possibly.
Who?
My personal trainer, Dan West. All right, Dan West, would you like to come out here, please?
Don't rush greatness, boy.
Thank you.
We don't allow shoulders at Carroll High School. And second off,
Dan West don't listen to nobody. I don't want any of these questions. I want to know one thing. Did you know that a professional tuna can swim up to 47 miles per hour and they can grow up to 12 feet long? Most people don't know that. It makes me mad.
Dan, that's actually inaccurate. They can travel up to 48 miles per hour.
I bet my kid's on a NASCAR race and the driver lost.
So where are your kids now?
I don't know, boy.
Okay, what else you got, Dan? Are you just here to flex no muscles?
What did you say to me?
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm actually friends with the raccoons and the sharks. Shout out to Mama Shark. Dan West isn't at tennis practice. Dan West's at the gym. Dan West's taking a break.
If you're leaving behind a legacy for future RTV students, what do you think it is?
Do what you want to do and make what you want to make. With this series, I've enjoyed every single second of it. I've enjoyed every single person I've interviewed. I think it's worth every second if you do what you love.
Listen, I'd like to leave the youth of this school with one important analogy. If you're swimming and you get caught in a current, sometimes there's nothing you can do about it and you're just gonna drown.
Hey, Dan. All God's children are loved, even you.
You can come on my private jet anytime.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Then you can push me in the current.
Oh, that's right. I'll take you for a ride.
Don't you ever say that to me again.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
Not ask, I just want to say, Will, thank you so much for 3 excellent years at Carroll High School, for all that you've done, all that you've given, and all the fantastic videos you've made. You've certainly made your mark, and it's a mark that will last here for a long time.
Thank you so much. You heard it here first. Bobby J plays tennis, and you should take Principles of Broadcasting to be in Studio 415. Thank you to everyone for watching all my Charger Spotlights throughout the years. I've enjoyed making them, and I hope you all enjoyed watching them. And for the final time, for Studio 415, I'm William Jameson. That was great. Yeah.
Every year in mid-May, both of Carroll's show choirs get together to perform one last time and give their seniors a grand send-off.
Studio 415 reporter Alexandra Marcy brings you the story.
And just like the sun, we will rise
This year, Carroll Show Choir ended their season with a bang. The unisex group Select Sound won grand champions, defeating a group from California with a 5-year winning streak at Heart of America Nationals in New York City. The mixed group Menstrual Magic earned second runner-up. After a great season, these champions are ready for some closure. Reflections took place May 5th and 6th. Reflections is an opportunity for the 2 show choirs to get together and celebrate the season's end, paired with an emotional send-off for their seniors. These performances are comprised of solos sung by seniors, contemporary dances, and several other group numbers. But more than anything, Reflections' purpose is to pay homage to the senior leaders and remember each show they've been a part of. Senior dance captain Hannah Fox found that the relationship she built in show choir will continue after her class leaves.
wherever I go in the school, I know I can find somebody and say hi to them, and we're friends. So it's really nice to like have that just community, and I know that will stay. I know after I'm gone, it will still be there.
Senior section leader Cora Goldacker used her experience with past seniors to guide her as a leader throughout her choir career and hopes that future leaders will do the same.
I would say Bryce Scholl. He was a senior my sophomore year, and I used to be really afraid of like singing in front of people, like awfully afraid, like could not do it whatsoever. And I just remember like standing on stage, and he looks at me and he goes, "Why are you scared? Like, we're all here to sing. That makes sense. Like, why am I afraid to do the thing that I love?" And that's like my message that I want to give out to everyone.
Senior section leader Elijah Rosenberg reminisces on the moment he decided to join the show choir and fell in love with everything it had to offer.
My friend Anna Cox told me that it would be fun and was like, "Hey, you should do that." And I'm like, "What's show choir?" Okay. And then also a couple of my buddies were like, "There's no way you're making it into that." And I said, "Okay, watch me." And then I went and auditioned, and here I am 4 years later.
Senior dance captain Trinity McFarland believes that the time and effort put into show choir every day is worth it and encourages students to join.
Do it. It is hard sometimes, but like during comp season, you're like on an all-time high every weekend. It's an amazing feeling, and when all that work has paid off and you get grand champs, it's an amazing feeling.
Even though the show choir season is over, make sure to congratulate the members on a fantastic season. For the last time, for Studio 415, I'm Alexandra Marcy.
What is the best lunch at Carroll, and which teacher could be an undercover cop?
These are two of the questions that Stella and I asked in our final episode of Commons Questions.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Commons Questions. It's going to be our last one, so let's make it count. So, what's the best school lunch?
Best school lunch, probably the pizza crunchers.
Elaborate.
Like, it's like, I don't know, it's just pizza and it's also crunchy. It's just good.
The little chicken circle things, whatever they're called. The bites, chicken bites.
Oh, the chicken bites. I was going to say chicken nuggets, but what's the oh no, not the chicken nuggets? Oh, they're so different.
Mac and cheese.
I hear some people say it tastes like plastic. Does that make it better or worse? Are you acquainted with the taste of plastic pretty well?
I suppose so.
The teriyaki dumplings, the best. Yes, I get them every single time they have it.
Are they authentic though?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, there's not that much distance between like Indiana and the continent of Asia, so like, you know, they've got to be pretty authentic. If a teacher is revealed to be an undercover cop, what teacher do you think it'd be?
Cleve Million.
Ooh, elaborate.
His draconian rule has overtaken the school completely this past year.
Viva la revolution.
Ryan Taylor.
There's a lot of possibilities. There is Givens, Mr. Wood, Mr. Smith. There's a lot out there. That could be one.
Mr. Gibbons.
Okay, Mr. Gibbons, they're on to you.
I'd have to say Tad Hemsinger, yeah.
Is he just really suspicious like that?
I don't know, just the way he walks. It's really trying to act too casual with it.
Mr. Wood. Really? Okay, that's like the second person who said that. Why Mr. Wood?
He seems suspicious, in my opinion.
If you had to describe this year, like as a song, just one song, what would that song be?
I don't know, failure.
Well, sorry you've had a bad year then.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
The entire movie?
No, just like that. That one.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, what's your name?
Jack.
Hi, Jack's mom.
Yo, yeah, go. By Bad Bunny.
Thanks for checking out the last episode of Commons Questions, guys. It's been a pleasure. And for the last time, back to you guys in the studio.
Broadway is the theater capital of the world, but not all theater opportunities can be found in New York. Some opportunities can be found closer to home.
Studio 415 reporter Tristan Wasserman got the chance to speak with a local organization that specializes in teaching students the art of theater.
Theater is a way for performers to reach out and make a connection to a larger audience. One local theater has its focus on bringing performance opportunities to students in the Fort Wayne and surrounding areas. Since its creation in 1934, the Fort Wayne Youth Theater has grown to encompass many aspects of the performing arts. Associate Director Christopher Murphy believes that theater is an impactful experience regardless of talent level.
Hopefully, even if every person that we touch isn't going on to be a Broadway star, hopefully they're gaining some appreciation of theater and at the very least going out and becoming the audiences of tomorrow.
The Youth Theater provides many opportunities for students to learn new skills and grow their talents. The Youth Theater puts on 4 main stage shows every season, which have open auditions ages 8 through 18. Similar to these performances, there are Youth Theater on the Go shows that are separate from the main stage productions. Aside from the shows on stage, the Youth Theater offers a wide variety of classes for students ages 3 and up. Classes range from acting courses to stage management and script writing. Murphy values his students and believes that the time they spend at the Youth Theater is an important part of their journey.
Just seriously, coming in and getting to work with amazing young artists who love what they do and who are still at the beginning of their journey and getting to play even, the teeniest part in that journey.
While the Youth Theater's focus remains on theater arts, Director of Marketing Morgan Montgomery believes that getting the chance to perform on stage provides many real-world skills for kids.
The thing that theater does for young people, children, teens, and otherwise, is that it builds on their confidence more than anything. It teaches them to speak in front of people in a clear and concise way.
While the Youth Theater has performance options for its students, they also provide education on the technical aspects of theater. Students are able to get hands-on experience with painting and building sets, stage managing, stage makeup, lighting and sound, and other opportunities. Youth Theater student Landon Ritchie says that the technical aspect of theater is just as important as the performance.
I mean, you do get more isolated than being on the stage, of course, if you're into that. But there's still that community there, there's still people there that are by your side and stuff, and you're still feeling like you're doing the work.
After 89 years, the Youth Theater has figured out what works best for their program. Being the second oldest theater company in the Fort Wayne area, Executive Director Todd Espelin hopes that they provide an open environment that is welcome to students of any talent level.
I think Youth Theater, we've really worked hard to create an inclusive atmosphere that is accepting of all people and allows people to make mistakes and screw up and be brilliant and be mediocre and still celebrate all of those things.
While the performances and classes are a vital part of the Youth Theater's method, their goal is to make theater enjoyable for students. Senior Josiah Bates thinks that the Youth Theater is a welcoming environment.
It doesn't matter if they're new, if they're a seasoned actor, they're going to come and they're going to have fun no matter what.
If you would like to be more involved in your local theater community, check out the Youth Theater at fortwayneyouththeater.org or go see one of their main stage shows at the First Presbyterian Theater. One last time for Studio 415, I'm Tristan Wasserman.
With the abundant student population in the hallways of Carroll, many faces go unrecognized.
In my final story, I bring the many talents of Carroll Jr. Tim Lawson into the spotlight.
At just 17 years old, Tim Lawson has produced music as a solo artist, joined a band, started a freelance portfolio, and created fashion pieces to express his unique style. Lawson is skilled in a variety of instruments such as drums, electric guitar, and synthesizer. He gained a lot of experience from indoor percussion in the 2023 season. He debuted his first album, You Are Loved, in 2022 under the band name Anoia. He burned all the tracks on custom CDs to sell to friends or fans. The album features 5 songs produced completely solo, using only the app GarageBand on a mobile phone. The style of music is classified as shoegaze, a subgenre of Indian alternative rock with a unique ethereal sense of distortion effects. Anoia takes inspiration from artists such as My Bloody Valentine, Blair, Cocteau Twins, and Title Fight. Lawson also joins together with Evan Picanew and Jacob Wiseman to form the band Substance Over Sun. The lineup features Wiseman on drums, Picanew on bass, and Lawson on guitar. The band's music also falls into the shoegaze genre, and the members consistently practice every Tuesday after school. Senior Jacob Wiseman has many future plans for Substance Over Sun to try and get their name out there.
I really hope we can play a lot of local shows around here, maybe hit a few other cities around Northeast Indiana if we could eventually. But ultimately, release music, put it out there.
Not only does he express himself with music, but with fashion and art as well. Fashion-wise, he does not define himself with any style or subgenre, and creates his own look with online inspiration. He searches for lucky finds at thrift stores or he creates pieces himself. Fashion teacher Megan Scholl says that Lawson's designs stand out from other students.
Tim has great potential for designing because he's very detail-oriented, and so he brings a lot of cool, smaller elements into his designs that we don't typically see.
On April 15th, Lawson welcomed 2 Japanese exchange students into his home, Ryota Akai and Origuchi Shinpei. The two shared the passion for music with Lawson and were often seen practicing with him. When asked about Tim's character, Origuchi Shinpei says that Tim, along with his friends, have a bright and cheerful attitude.
日本の友達と比べてよく僕たちに優しく喋ってくれるし、アメリカ人はやっぱみんな日本人に比べて明るくて楽しい人が多いです。
To make an income at a high school level, Lawson has a different method to adjust to his busy schedule. Using the mobile app Upwork, he engages in freelance digital design, where he can choose which projects to take on and how much he will get paid. Lawson states that he had to start with small jobs and gain reliability, but eventually he started making decent revenue.
Build a portfolio in the same time as making money, and I gotta work my own hours. I gotta choose how much work I do, and yeah, it's really nice. I guess if I want to hang out with friends in the day and work at night, or the other way around.
Lawson prioritizes time with his friends and can be seen hanging out with them the most. He aims to live his high school life to the fullest. In 2020, Lawson found a different source of revenue: content creation. He unintentionally discovered that the TikTok algorithm loves controversy and would blow up his videos as a result.
Over 8th grade, summer, and online school, I used to make Minecraft TikToks. My first video blew up because I made fun of Fortnite, and I guess it got a lot of views from both Fortnite people and Minecraft people, so I guess a war comment happened in the comment section. And so I gained a lot of views, and yeah, I started making a lot of Minecraft videos and got sponsorships. That's how I got most of my gaming setup, is from sponsorships. I got 100 grand followers.
Lawson unfortunately stopped creating TikToks because his videos didn't get as many views. Unlike most of this area, Lawson did not attend Carroll or Maple Creek Middle School. He came from a private K-12 Christian school, Lakewood Park. The change from a private to public education can be drastic for many, but Lawson states that it was all worth it in the end.
So right before I left my old school, I was pretty down about that, but I told myself it's totally worth it because Carroll, in my opinion, was a lot better than my old school because a lot more opportunities, more a diverse amount of people there.
If you'd like to check out Tim Lawson's music, look for Anoia or Substance Over Sun coming soon on Spotify and SoundCloud. For Studio 415, I'm Ryan Pashy.
Tristan Wasserman has gathered all of the past Jeopardy winners to face off for the championship.
The Final Charger Jeopardy is too long to show now, so here's a sneak peek at the video that is posted on the Carroll High School TV Department YouTube channel.
Hello and welcome to the Final Jeopardy. I'm your host Tristan Wasserman, and on today's show we're taking 8 of your winners and seeing if they can face up to my questions. Let's meet our contestants for today.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching.
This is the final Studio 415 of the school year.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great summer, Carroll.